this game. Richard Rapport is taking on Levon Aronian, now playing for the US, and they have both been struggling a little bit so far in the tournament. Richard, with the white pieces in this game. So what kind of opening are we looking at?
It's the Sicilian defense, but I think I want to pass this one on to Simon. It's not the most usual Sicilian, right?
No, I mean, I've seen Richard do this stuff before, and this is why so many people love Richard as a player, because he's bonkers, basically. And we were talking about personality reflecting in their chess play. I don't know what Richard is, I don't know him so well, but the strange move, Dave, this is G4, right? And this is a way to try and gain space on the king side. It actually makes some sense, but it is a very committal move. Pawns can't go backwards, as we've seen. So it's a unique position maybe already, right?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Totally.
Very rare, at least.
I mean, now we're in new territory. Before that, only one game had ever been played like this. It seemed to be a trendy idea, actually. I saw a few grandmasters try it out in 2021, 2020. Something I've never actually seen before. But okay, I'm all eyes. I want to know what this idea is.
The funny thing is, this variation, so white started, okay, obviously it's Richard Rapport, he's going to put a knight on the edge of the board at some point, unexpectedly, he's just done that now, but this variation with G4 on move 3, I actually recommended this to a student of mine. I think it was it's such a weird, wacky position that it's hard to draw kind of specific conclusions about it, because we will see more surprises over the next few moves, but either way, white's setup does have some logic, and at least he's better developed than black right now.
Well, this is the first game today for Levon Aronian, actually, because he was supposed to meet Team Rajabov in the first game today, but Rajabov is out. He pulled out because he is sick, so that was a walkover win for Levon, and let's
So you get a neutral state from a game like this, and this is good for the brain, apparently, and the mindset.
There are different types of draws. Sometimes you're completely winning, you mess it up, and it's a draw, you're depressed. If you're completely losing, you save it, draw, you're on top of the world. So,
I think that's a load of rubbish. I prefer winning. So,
exactly.
Winning's much better, surely. Much better feeling.
Yeah. But don't you find that sometimes when you're winning, you start thinking about the future, and you can't necessarily go to sleep that easily?
It's the taking part that counts. Rubbish. I don't think it is. Maybe a little bit, but you want to win, don't you? I mean, if you lost every game you played, you wouldn't really be enjoying yourself, would you?
I think that's how people truly fall in love with chess in the first place, is the winning, and then they appreciate the beauty later. At least that's how most people I've spoken to experience it, and meanwhile, neither side will be winning this game. It's just one pawn against one pawn.
Walkover win against Rajabov, who pulled out of the tournament, and this one should also be a quite quick one for the Armenian, and when the game finishes, we'll jump into the game between Wei Yi and Jeffrey Xiong. Jeffrey, he had a fantastic start to the tournament, winning 3 games in a row, and he is currently in 3rd place, doing very well, the young American. And I guess we're getting close to that draw.
Yep. Simply no way to win White's remaining pawn. If Black somehow manages to attack it, White will counterattack by going for the black pawn, and unfortunately you can't achieve both of those things at the same time. You can't attack, and then they can especially for you, Simon.
Yeah.
It might be a diagram of that beautiful Game 6 from the 2021 World Championship match, but okay, here we go. This is exactly what we were discussing. As soon as Black goes for the White's pawn, the black pawn will be attacked.
Yeah.
And so White's king needs to quickly move. You can actually retreat it, I was about to say. And as soon as Black's king goes to take your pawn, the White king can retreat and kind of cut off. We'll see this, I think, happen in a moment.
Oh,
We call shouldering.
why does the bar jump up here?
It's gone a little bit funny, I have to say. I mean, it doesn't look as simple, does it? Or
I think it's still a draw.
Right.
Yeah.
White king now will retreat.
It would take a step opposite.
So this is the opposition.
I mean, you're a pawn down.
Yeah.
Okay, I know it's a draw.
Yeah.
The problem is White's rook will just wait, and I don't think Black has a winning plan. Also, you can step in front of this pawn.
This is the key in rook and pawn endings. There's only one pawn left. If you put your king in front of that pawn, generally it's always a draw, right? So this is the ideal thing. Just get your king in front of the pawn, use your rook in the right way, and we're going to probably see that 3rd rank defense at some point.
Actually, against the B and G pawns, against knight pawns as we call it, you can even go really passive. You can just put your rook on the 1st rank and just sit. There's no way to win. So knight pawns, the B and G pawns are the worst pawns to have extra in these rook games. As Simon mentions, there are other defenses. The Philidor defense, the 2nd rank defense. There are others against other pawns, but this one you can do anything. We'll see the position repeat itself, most likely. They're still teasing us.
Yeah.
Still a pawn up.
He's hoping here that the rook is captured. Is that a draw anyway? No, it's not a draw if you capture the rook, so you've got to be slightly careful. But you can just move your king forward, and a rook endgame will lead to this. A rook exchange will lead to this dead drawn king and pawn endgame. You have to be slightly careful where you put the white king, but there we go. The game ends in stalemate. It's a draw.
33 minutes. It's a draw between the two